Hot interns don't burn out. Let's talk about it. As an intern, you have a lot going on. Most likely, you moved out of your dorm a while back, you were rushing to get everything packed up, and then you took a flight to the state of your internship. As you're moving into your new place, then you started work. And then you have 8 to 12 weeks ahead of you and a very short break afterwards, and you have to jump right back into school. So what we don't want to happen is you go into school exhausted in the fall and not being able to keep up with your own health and the work, etc. But do not fret, because there are ways to minimize that. You just have to be mindful of your boundaries with work and the activities that you do around the summer and what you do to make sure that you can rest. Trust me on this from a fellow college burnout. It is more sustainable to take care of yourself now than to wait for later on when you crash and burn because you are so exhausted from everything. So let's talk about what you can do to minimize this burnout. 1, meet new people and spend time with friends. It's never too late in your internship to meet new people. Here's why. During an internship, you're most likely moving to a new place, and just like college, it can be easy to feel alone when you first start out. And you want to have some sort of community so you feel like you can have a place to go if you just needed an ear or somebody to talk to. For a lot of people, your internships are remote this year, and so your social interaction is pretty low. So if you can maximize the social interaction you have after work, it's great. This was really important for me during my internships because I would be exhausted after work. I would be so tired that I wouldn't want to do anything, and I would finish work at 5 and I would just go back in bed. But if I made plans with a friend, then it was harder to cancel because there was somebody else involved. So what I've learned, even in full-time, is making plans with people after work. Almost make sure that you don't fall into this little depression tumble that can sometimes happen if you're alone with yourself after work. This is also just a great opportunity to meet people who you won't have the chance to meet wherever you're from and the college that you're at. And spending time with friends goes right into the next one of exploring the city around you and going on new adventures. Now, my friends might laugh at this one because I'm not always the most adventurous person, but I think during your internship, you're in a completely new city. You should take this time to explore all the wonders of this city. This could be just going to new restaurants or going to cheap and cheerful concerts. If the city that you're in is big with the outdoors, going on hikes, going kayaking. It is summer and you should still treat it like summer. You just work 8 hours a day, but you have money to do summer activities. I know interns love when others organize different trips and things to do. So if you're the one to initiate and say, hey, let's get a group of people together so we can go travel to blah blah blah, or get a group of people together to host a little picnic, then people will automatically come swarming and love to do that. What you don't want to happen is you finish your internship and you've just been in this city for 3 months and then people are like, oh my gosh, tell me about Seattle or tell me about Austin. And then you're like, you know what, I just stayed inside the entire summer. That's not fun for you. Now, the key thing here is that adventure means different things for different people. Something that I did was actually try out dance classes in my new city. And so this was great because I went into a beginner class and I was able to meet people through it. It was something that was fun, it made me feel happy, and that I was doing things after work. Just like adventure is based on your own definition, so is rest. Let's talk about it. Sleep and rest. 2 things that are really important, and I probably need to be reminded of half of the time that I just exist in this world. Now, like I was saying for adventure, rest is whatever your own definition of rest is. So this can mean time winding down, or it can just mean things that bring you joy and happiness and don't take a lot of your mental energy. One part of this could be physical activity. Recently, I brought my friend Sam on a walk, and he didn't understand the purpose of going on a walk. He said, why would you just go on a run? But he enjoyed it nonetheless. You are sitting for 8 hours a day, which is a lot. So maybe you can go on a run, like my friends Shaden and Ankit. Shaden and Ankit have been training for a half marathon while they're working, and so it gives them something to do right after work. It's something that they have to do, so that's been fun for them. Something that we've also been doing to get in some physical exercise is pickleball, aka the whitest sport of all times. But really fun, doesn't require too much like cardio or strength or anything like that. But these things are so important because whether we want to admit it or not, it really does improve something with the mental health there. Resting and taking a break can also mean cooking for yourself. If you're somebody who enjoys cooking, it can be very comforting, something you can share with friends, etc., etc. And we all know how important sleep is. Listen, this job, not worth risking your sleep. It's not that important. So get your 8 hours in, or at least 7, because it's hard to get sleep during the school year. We all know that. With this clear headspace that you have from sleeping and resting and doing things that bring you joy, then you can not only do well during your workday, but you can come back to school in the fall feeling energized and that you didn't just work your past 3 months away. So these are kind of boundaries for yourself, which is also why boundaries with work are just as important. Set work boundaries. Here's why. In college, you learn about why it's important to set boundaries with your friends, relationships, and family, and it's just as important to set boundaries with work. What can happen is if you don't do this, then work can start to take over every aspect of your life that is not the 9 to 5, and you don't need to spend time thinking about work when it is not during those hours, or else your life just starts to revolve all around your internship. So here's what I want you to do. Delete Slack Teams or whatever messenger service your company uses off your phone. You don't need it on your phone. You don't need those notifications when you're going to bed or when you're going to dinner, because if we're going to be honest, you're not important enough as an intern for them to have to contact you after hours. Because let's face it, if something is about to break and they don't know what to do, you're not going to be the one they need to call. So you just tell your manager, oh, you know what, I just don't put Teams on my phone, or oh, I just don't put Slack on my phone. Do not work longer than 8 hours a day. Now, would I say that I worked 8 hours during my internship? No. I probably worked a good 6 to 7 hours a day. It's not like other industries such as baking or consulting where you're just putting a ton of hours. In tech, you're most likely not going to get paid for overtime. And guess what we don't do? Do unpaid work. We do not work extra than we're being paid for. So there's no need to do that. Shut that laptop at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock because it is just not necessary.
Can you tell me why hot interns shouldn't burn out?
Interns shouldn't burn out because it's not good for you. When you work too hard at your internship and you don't focus on yourself and your overall wellness, it might happen that you might go back to school and that burnout will continue. It won't stop after the end of your internship, and then you won't be able to perform well in your classes, and your extracurriculars won't give you as much purpose anymore, and you'll just be super tired instead of coming into the school year rejuvenated. Your wellness deserves better, your mental and physical health deserve better, and you deserve better than to let yourself burn out and push yourself to all these extremes. You could also have to take a semester off of school as a result of burning out from your internship. Hypothetically.
This isn't from Shaden's personal experience.
Personal experience. I'm just guessing. That's all. I'm guessing.
Now, before this is over, I want you all to know that amongst all 3 of these videos, this is really the most important one. If you use all of your energy during this internship to just really grind it out, it's gonna hurt you later on. And we don't want that. We don't want you to have to pay for this internship later on in life. Please just take your time. Nothing is that serious. It's important to rest, spend time with friends, explore, set boundaries with work. You can still get a return offer by working from 9 to 5 and not having to worry about it afterwards, and being able to spend time with people and explore. I have faith in you, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your internship. And again, you're always welcome to contact me if you have any questions or want any advice on anything. And thank you for watching this series. Bye. Oh my god, look at this cat. Oh my god.